Donald Trump is an alpha male, and the way that you know he's an alpha male is that he spent his weekend attacking a politician who couldn't respond because he died last August. Yes, Donald Trump's feud with John McCain continues long after John McCain has passed on from this world. With Donald Trump tweeting this weekend, spreading the fake and totally discredited dossier is, quote, unfortunately a very dark stain against John McCain. That's what Ken Starr said, because he turns to Ken Starr.
Right, which is another, like this is just
Ken Starr,
ridiculous.
an awful guy who looks comparatively better because he's in the same sentence as Donald Trump. But he went on to say he had far worse stains than this, including thumbs down on repeal and replace after years of campaigning to repeal and replace. So there he's saying it should be considered a stain. One of the last great things that John McCain did was voting against that bill. And let's just, small little detour.
Okay.
There are little things that people say and do that I probably focus too much on, but that give you a through line to their ignorance, stupidity, and insanity. And it's, for him, in this, it's including thumbs down on repeal. He keeps saying that because he remembers, obviously, it was symbolic. It was that John McCain came up and gave the thumbs down. Him giving the thumbs down was an interesting thing that happened at the time. It doesn't matter now, he voted against it. That's what matters. But this guy with his tiny addled little mind keeps saying thumbs down on it because he thinks as a child does. Anyway, look, him deciding to attack on social media with his more than 50 million followers, John McCain, who is dead and obviously can't defend himself, bothered some people, including people that I normally don't have much time for, but I can understand why they take it personally, including Meghan McCain, who responded with, "No one will ever love you the way they loved my father. I wish I had been given more Saturdays with him. Maybe spend yours with your family instead of on Twitter obsessing over mine." Which again, I don't really like Meghan McCain. I disagree with her on virtually everything. And we had a video last week where we were attacking her for her comments on, well, 2 weeks ago on climate change, last week on education, because she's on The View and I don't really understand why. But in this particular case, it's not bad advice. Maybe spend a little bit of time with your very large family rather than just downing fast food and tweeting constantly about everybody you don't like.
Where you have a child who's like still a kid. Like, I mean, there's stuff to do.
Hypothetically,
right?
If you liked your kids, you can spend some time with them.
Also,
I think there's still time to salvage Don Jr. That kid needs a dad.
Like, I get it that this was all kind of inspired by the Ken Starr interview that happened, but you could have just ignored it. The rest of us did. And so, like, if the argument is that he's so mad at John McCain for spreading this dossier, you're spreading something that people haven't really been talking about.
Yeah.
Now you are talking about
I wasn't
it on
talking about the
Twitter.
dossier.
Like, no, not you. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody was except him.
Nobody was talking about it. So now you're talking about it. Now you're spreading what you don't want to be. It's just, it just wasn't. Well, this wasn't smart.
If you think that he could have avoided making the first comment, wait till you get a load of the more recent one, because he continued to beat a dead senator by retweeting Lori Hendry, who said, "Meghan McCain took a swipe at Trump suggesting no one will ever love you the way they love my father. Wrong, Meghan. Millions of Americans truly love President Trump, not McCain. I'm one. We hated McCain for his ties to the Russia dossier and his vote against repealing Obamacare." By the way, I wish that I didn't know who Lori Hendry is. I mean, I don't really, and yet I do. Do you guys know how many, I don't know, is this offensive? How many middle-aged blonde ladies respond to everything Trump says? That's what they are, and they have big followings. They're way more popular on Twitter than I am, despite the fact that they don't actually do anything. They just respond affirmatively to everything Trump says. Lori Hendry, there's a bunch. Click on literally anything Trump has tweeted.
A name for that, like just like the people like in his replies.
Yeah, look, there's versions of that on the other side too, but there's a lot of blonde 30 to 45-year-old women who are just like, that's my president, best president. Anyway, the point of the tweet was, your dad's dead, but people love Trump more, which is cool and classy. And Donald Trump then tweeted again about John McCain, calling him last in his class John McCain.
He wasn't last in his class, he was like 5th to last.
Yeah, apparently John McCain didn't grade his class. I would say at this point, after he's dead, probably not super relevant, especially when, Don, dude, we know from your former lawyer that you dispatched people to make sure that we never got your transcripts, which isn't generally what you do when you're valedictorian.
I think
honestly,
like not even having to like break down the ridiculousness of like and the lie. It was a lie in the tweet, and that he's attacking this person for 2 days and he's dead. And should there be respect or this or that? I just think that we could probably all agree that this activity, this behavior, is beneath the office of the president.
Well, or it was at one point.
Okay,
now this is actually preferable.
Okay.
No.
Like this
anyway,
is
I want to give.
I don't know. This is.
I know. The thing is, somebody pointed out on Twitter, like, you have a position where you can go anywhere, you can talk to anyone,
right.
You can learn anything. Secrets that the US government has been hiding, Donald Trump has access to. He could go wandering around the basement of the
Just
CIA.
read.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, in general, but I'm saying he has unique access to virtually any information in the world. He can pursue almost anything. If he decided that he wanted to fix the pipes in Flint tomorrow, he could do it. He could allocate the money and he could do it. Instead, he is attacking John McCain. I just want to briefly play Meghan McCain this morning on The View responding to it, because look, maybe I just take this kind of extra personally because my dad passed years ago, and so I take the whole unnecessary cheap shots at dad's thing sort of personally. Anyway, here is Meghan McCain talking about it.
Listen, he spends his weekend obsessing over great men because he knows it and I know it and all of you know it. He will never be a great man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And so my father was his kryptonite in life.
Yeah.
He's his kryptonite in death. On a personal level, I agree with you. All of us have love and families. And when my father was alive up until adulthood, we would spend our time together cooking, hiking, fishing, really celebrating life. And I think it's because he almost died. And I just thought, your life is spent on your weekends, not with your family, not with your friends, but obsessing. Obsessing over great men you could never live up to. That tells you everything you need to know about his pathetic life right now.
Yes, so look, after this video, I'm gonna go back to disagreeing as aggressively as possible with her on virtually every issue, fundamentally not understanding why she's on The View in the first place, and also thinking that John McCain was not a perfect person. Obviously, I disagreed for years in media, but I don't need to obsess over it on a random Saturday. And the main reason I wanted to mention this was I wanted to put a pin in this to be able to refer back to it in future years. There's going to come a time, probably won't be that long considering the filet of fish, that Donald Trump will pass from this world. And we will be told by many people, hey, respect the recently deceased.
Right.
Don't say it, don't pop a bottle over Don passing on. He just set the precedent.
So can I just say, like, to be fair, maybe he doesn't spend weekends with his family because he spends weekdays with them, because as you'll remember, he gave them all jobs in the White House.
That's true.
The
smarter one anyway.
Right. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's its own problem for him, but that is true.
Right.
Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.